We'll just start with measles. And if you can see this chart, so measles was really introduced in the 1960s, looks like maybe 1964. And you can see this dramatic decline. It's pretty impressive. So let's talk a little about measles for a second. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. And
Sure. Obviously, a very
what's going
relevant topic with an outbreak happening in Texas and parts of the Southwest. So, measles, MMR, measles, mumps, rubella is a combined shot that we do as part of the routine vaccine schedule at age 1 and then repeat it. So, a booster at 5. And I believe the vaccine's been around since about what you said, 1970-ish. And we had in the United States basically eliminated measles or prevented measles as of 2000. And since that time, we've seen some outbreaks due to decreased vaccination rates. And that unfortunately
Mhm.
leads to outbreaks. And I think we'll address it a
Yeah.
little bit later. But we know one of the problems is when we don't vaccinate, then we also decrease what's called the herd immunity. And that herd immunity is very protective for our vulnerable people, babies that can't vaccinate or immunocompromised people. And that's what we've seen with this outbreak in Texas.
Will you give me some more details about what herd immunity is? What does that actually mean
Sure.
for all of our
Yeah.
listeners?
So herd immunity, the idea is that basically when you vaccinate, you not only protect yourself, but you're protecting others or the community, basically, right? And that
Okay.
vaccine helps the babies, say under 1 that can't get vaccinated, or a child with that's not getting chemotherapy or immunocompromised somehow, or for whatever reason can't get that vaccine. So that herd immunity is basically like dominoes. You get it, you protect somebody else on down the road.
Okay. Let's just address the MMR since we're really talking about it. Why do you think we have seen a decline? Why have we seen people choosing not to get that? What information has been out there that led
Yeah,
to that?
and I think MMR in particular is one that has lots of misconceptions around because, I mean, back in about, I think it's 1998, there was a study from a Dr. Wakefield, who's an English physician, who published some data linking MMR to autism. And that caused lots of consternation, obviously, amongst individuals and the population as a whole. Unfortunately, it did a lot of damage to vaccine rates, but I don't know if people really know, but basically, the study that he did really only had 12 kids in it. So a study of 12 people has
Wow.
snowballed. And good time to interject that it's been subsequently disproven, multiple studies, multiple times, multiple countries,
Yeah.
studies with 600,000 people. So that's a magnitude power above 12. And unfortunately, this Dr. Wakefield
Sure.
got into trouble. He's not able to practice medicine anymore because of that
Mm.
study. He falsified some information, I believe, and had some conflicts of interest. And it's really a shame that that became the driving point behind some of this hesitancy. And it's probably multifactorial, but that's unfortunate. And some
Wow.
prominent people in the national community, actors, actresses that have commented on a link like that. And that also, I think, just further this into people's minds about this possible link. But again, the reality is it's
Mm.
been disproven. We don't know what's causing autism rates to be elevated. But again, the MMR shot's been around since the 70s. And here we are today without a real link. And in fact, a clear link that it's not MMR causing autism. And it's a
Sure.
story to be told still in terms of what that is. But I like some of the new information out there that probably kind of a cute little saying is we think it's the genes, not the vaccines. And so there's some
Yeah.
genetic
No,
thing
I think that's right.
happening, but still with incredibly smart people, talented people spending their lives studying this, we still don't have a link. And to me, that speaks a lot because these people are very bright and brilliant. And if it was easy, they'd be figuring it out.
Yeah. Bright and brilliant and wanting to do the right things
Absolutely. Yep. So,
for the community.
yeah.
Do you think that part of the autism rates that are elevated is just a function of reporting? You're seeing these kids in your office. To me, it seems like the term autism is thrown around so much more now than it was when I was growing up, or the what they call autism spectrum. You're on the spectrum. So is it an issue of reporting?
I think there's an element of that for sure. I think we're able to diagnose it more. There's clinics and whatnot just dedicated for this. We do know that the earlier we
Mhm.
diagnose it, the better. And sometimes that's hard because children may seem like they're on the spectrum, but it's just some sort of developmental issue that they'll mature out of or things like that. So it's hard, but it is clear that if we can make that diagnosis earlier, they can have better access to treatments and things that can help them. But I think that story's
Okay.
untold. Again, maybe it is that we are in this age where there's maybe more kids, more people come to the doctor, more people are worried about it. So it can tend to lead to increased diagnosis for sure.